is this your compost?
Oh, yeah, it changes from time to time.
Well, that's probably not a good idea for permanent storage, but then sometimes I move it to the freezer, but I don't like that either. And then otherwise you can just move it directly outside.
Are you supposed to freeze the compost first?
Technically, you are supposed to freeze the compost first. You know, it kills a lot of the microbes and things, and it kills all the eggs. And if they're like fruit flies or stuff already in, they come in your, banana peels or whatever, it kills them all. And it's just like putting vegetables in the freezer, but some people have a problem with it. So I'm just taking the compost that we collected today. I'm gonna put it directly into the bin. We have 2 bins right there. It says warm condo right there. This is the compost bench. It hides nicely under these little chairs. And you only have to do this like once every 2 weeks or something. It's not like you put the compost straight outside. You keep it inside, in the freezer, and then like once a week, once every 2 weeks, you just come out here. This is the stirring baseball bat. Dig a little hole back here and put the compost right in there. You can do it as often as you need to, really. You put it, oops. Now, if you're really good about doing this and you want the compost to decompose more quickly, you can take the bigger vegetables and you cut them up into smaller pieces. So like that, for example, I probably should cut that and slice it up because it's harder for the worms to get in, but I'm pretty lazy about it.
They love citrus?
They don't love citrus, but you know what? I'm giving them citrus. Basically, and the rule of what you can put inside is anything that comes from a plant. And eggshells. And then you cover it back over. You need to put the compost under 4 inches of browns. So that's either, it's more dried organic material, it's either shredded newspaper or green leaves. You see here sometimes the problems develop when you don't cover it with enough newspaper or leaves. And then the flies can get to the surface. You can take more leaves, cover that up, keep all the flies out and down. And the worms will sniff their way over and have a field day with it. So this is the finished compost. And it's so nutrient rich that a lot of times the seeds that you'd thrown away just start growing in it. This has just started growing. And there are all kinds of roots that just, they can't stop because there's so many nutrients in the compost, they just want to grow. Composting in the city, and actually before I had this, these are designed for indoor use also.
What do you do with that in the winter?
So much to the dismay of some people I happen to live with, these actually go in the basement in the winter.
It doesn't affect the rest of the house, does it? The smell?
Well, the problem is this: I wasn't taking care of it as well as I should have been, and there were some fruit flies. Okay, we had some fruit flies.
An infestation.
I really, the thing is, you need to put in equal parts of compost, of fresh compost things like your banana peels and your fruits and vegetables, and then newspaper. And we don't get the newspaper, so we didn't really have any newspaper, so I was just stuffing it in there. I think, it's in the basement, it's not a problem. But it turns out that you actually do need to put as much newspaper in.
I love the compost, but the flies, it's not that good. But it's pretty good because you don't have to put so much trash outside anytime.
I just need to upkeep the compost a little bit better. I'm a lazy composter.